The desert night was cold and vast, the sky a blanket of stars. For friends, Jake, MIA, Sam, and Rachel sat around a crackling campfire, its warmth a comforting contrast to the chill in the air. They were miles from the nearest town, surrounded only by the endless stretch of sand dunes. "This is perfect," Jake said, poking the fire with a stick. "No cell service, no noise, just us and the wild." "Yeah, until some desert ghost comes to get us," Rachel joked, her tone light, but there was an edge to her voice. Sam laughed, shaking his head. "Desert ghosts? Really, Rachel?" MIA shivered and pulled her blanket tighter. "They say the desert holds old secrets. Things that were never meant to be disturbed." Jake rolled his eyes. "Spooky stories already? We just got here." But as the firelight flickered, Mia's expression grew serious. "It's not a story. There are legends of spirits that wander the dunes, drawn to the living. People hear them, whispering at night." A sudden gust of wind sent sand swirling into the air, and the fire sputtered. The group fell silent, the playful mood dissipating. Then, from the darkness beyond the fire's glow, they heard it, a low, barely audible whisper, carried by the wind. Rachel frowned, looking around. "Did you hear that?" Sam shrugged. "Probably just the wind." But the whisper came again, clearer this time, as if someone was speaking just out of sight. The friends exchanged uneasy glances. "Who's out there?" Jake called into the night, his voice stronger than he felt. There was no answer, just the shifting of sand. "I don't like this," MIA said, her voice trembling. "Maybe we should leave." "Don't be ridiculous," Jake replied, though he couldn't shake the unease settling in his gut. "There's nothing out here." As if in response, the whispering grew louder, more insistent. It seemed to come from all directions, circling them, growing closer. Words they couldn't quite make out, but they felt them, all words of warning, of dread. Rachel stood, her eyes wide with fear. "We need to go. Now." But as they hurried to pack up, the sand around them began to shift. The whispers turned into wails, and the ground beneath their feet seemed to come alive, rippling as though something was moving beneath it. Jake froze, staring at the sand. "What the hell?" Before anyone could react, a hand, bony and dry as old parchment, burst from the sand, grabbing Rachel's ankle. She screamed, trying to pull free, but the hand held tight, dragging her down. The others rushed to help, but more hands emerged, clawing up from the dunes, pulling her deeper. The whispers became deafening, a cacophony of voices pleading, warning, cursing. In a panic, Sam grabbed Rachel's arms, pulling with all his might, but the hands were too strong. One by one, more skeletal figures emerged from the sand, their hollow eyes fixed on the living, their mouths moving in silent screams. "Run!" MIA shouted, yanking Sam away as the sand swallowed Rachel whole. They bolted for the car, the whispers chasing them, growing louder, more frantic. The sand shifted and swirled beneath their feet, slowing their escape. By the time they reached the car, the whispers had stopped. The desert was silent again, the stars above indifferent to the terror below. Jake fumbled with the keys, hands shaking as he started the engine. As they sped away, no one looked back. The campfire flickered in the distance, the only sign they had ever been there. But in the rearview mirror, MIA swore she saw the dunes moving, like something buried was trying to rise. And the whispering, faint but unmistakable, lingered in the air, promising they would never be truly alone again.